Welcome to Good Life TV NG. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to get more videos like this. The governorship candidate of the Social Democratic Party in Rivers State, Senator Mongo Abe, is disappointed with the current situation going on in Rivers State. I will let you guys watch the rest of the video and tell me what your thoughts are.
Governorship election in Rivers State, Senator Magnus Abe. Senator, thank you so much for coming on the program.
Happy New Year to you and Happy New Year to Nigerians everywhere. It's another brand new year and we're looking forward with so much hope and excitement that things will be better this year, like our president has promised.
Maybe let me just take that liberty before I jump into the Rivers issues. Just your impression of the president's speech in just maybe 1 minute.
Well, in 1 minute, I will say that the president apparently read the mood of the nation right. And he has said a lot of things that Nigerians were really, really concerned about. And the important thing is that people understand from this that he actually is listening and seeing what is going on in the country. So I think all in all, it was a good speech for this time. It was the kind of thing that we needed to hear, full of hope, full of optimism, and then also full of promises of better days to come. That's the kind of thing we want to hear now.
All right, Senator, so let's not go into the issue of Rivers politics. I know and I'm aware that you were ahead, literally, if I may say that. Due to this feud between the governor of Rivers State and his predecessor, the FCT minister, Nyesom Wike, we have seen things happen. One of the things we've seen is the withdrawal of suits by his political opponents. The first was the Labour Party candidate, Itubo Beatrice, withdrawing a suit against him, or a petition against him, if you will. And then the issue of I think it should be today, when Mr. Dumo Lulu Briggs also withdrew a suit which was instituted at the Supreme Court, challenging the victory of Governor Siminalayi Fubara. Now, you had told yourself so many months ago and you withdrew your petition. Now, the first question I want to find out from you, what does this mean for the mandate of Governor Siminalayi Fubara? First off, let's lay that foundation before we dig deep.
Well, I think it's good news for the governor because if people who were contesting your mandate are voluntarily withdrawing their contest against your victory, then it means that the possibility of you losing in the courts is diminished by the fact that nobody is actually against you at that point. So I think that this is a reflection of the stand of some of these political parties on the current crisis in Rivers State. And I don't think that they think it is in the interest of the state to continue to heat up the politics at a time when the governor appears to be under so much pressure. So I think it is their own contribution to trying to stabilize the politics.
Let me take a quote from when you chose not to continue with your petition. You were quoted as saying, "It is the interest of our state so that we begin to reduce the bickering and confusion that is in our state in order to give all of us opportunity to be able to move forward with our lives." As at this time, the issues we have now, we're not there. Now, seeing what is happening, are you disappointed with the ruling party, given the sacrifice you made by just saying, okay, let's just let this be, elections have come and gone. But within the party that won, the state is in a crisis politically. Are you disappointed?
I think disappointed would be, it will not exactly convey the feelings of either myself or the majority of Rivers people. I think saddened will be a more appropriate word, because what is happening now in the state puts the entire state in bad light. It brings back the whole emphasis that we should be having at this time due to the economic challenges that Nigerians are facing even here in Rivers State. But because of the emphasis on politics that we have, all our resources, all our time, all our energy is consumed by what I would term as a needless political crisis. And the sad thing is that not a lot of people in the state actually understand what the point of contention or the bone of contention is in the midst of all this. A lot of people don't simply understand what is even causing the crisis or the problem, so to speak, but they have to live with it on a daily basis. I think it's quite sad. Egos and tempers and just allow things to just slide forward a bit so that the River State can breathe and move forward. I think that is the best way that their actions can help.
Senator, let me make the most, with the benefit of having you on the program today. I'm sure you've seen those resolutions. Are there concerns when you look at the 8-point resolution? That's one question. And when those resolutions were released to the press and we read through them, one of the things I raised, asking questions for people who come from River State who were responding to questions, was the fact that, look, a lot was said between the governor and the lawmakers that defected, but nothing was said about the Ehie group, the four. And just yesterday, we understand Ehie has resigned from the House. I don't know how you want to. So first, are there concerns with the resolutions when you look at it? Things like the governor has to represent the budget, represent the people that resign, all of that, as well as this issue of Edison Ehie resigning as a member of the House.
Well, to me, the resolution was something that was reached between parties. And a lot of the parties who were involved in the crisis were not actually party to that resolution, but their interest one way or the other was covered. For me, those who voluntarily resigned from the government had taken a position based, a lot of them said it was for personal reasons. They had sworn to uphold the Constitution and to serve the state, not an individual. Just on their own to walk away from that, and now they have been given the option of walking back, to literally lick up what they have thrown up. But that is their own personal decision. The 8-point resolution, discussing it at this point, is really neither here nor there. Like I said, there will be hitches in the implementation of those resolutions because some of them are sub judice. Some of those issues are already being litigated by parties who are not party to those resolutions. But like I said, to me, what the president tried to do was to return the fielding parties to their position before the escalation of their disagreement. And they had voluntarily agreed to try to walk themselves back to that point. So I think it is something that will take a lot of doing. It will go even beyond the point of that 8-point resolution. Okay. But it's something that at this point involves practically everybody in the state, and everybody would have a different opinion. But since the governor had signed on to it, and then the parties had signed on to it, I was saying today that when I was a commissioner in the state, we had a friend of mine, Oden Ajimogovia, who was the attorney general, and everybody kept saying he wasn't a politician. But when it came to time to pick the minister for the state, Oden became the minister for River State. And people were still saying he's not a politician, but he got the top job that all the politicians were looking for. So I think that the talk that the governor is not a politician is overtaken by the fact that he got the top job in the state as the governor. So people must give him the credit for however he managed to find himself as the governor of River State. It is not a small position. And I believe that one way or the other, God will give them the wisdom to walk through this situation as it is right now.
All right.
It's a very, very sad time.
All right, Senator, yes. I know you're a lawyer, but I want to put you in a position. Two reasons. I don't know why. I know you said some things are sub judice, but I don't know what your interpretation of the lawmakers who defected, who are still in their house, who haven't, vacated their seat and all of that. I like your take on it. And the other part is, to avoid this escalating further, we're seeing posturing, grandstanding along, lines of ethnicity, upland versus, riverine and all of that. If this thing blows beyond this, the conversation is not going to be as civil as it is. So what do we do to stop this as quickly as possible? That's one question. Second is your position on the lawmakers that defected who are still in the House. Just, if you can do that for us in 1 minute, sir.
Well, in 1 minute, like I said, the position of the lawmakers is being contested from different angles. What I was told is that their former party, the People's Democratic Party, is contesting their position, and by the terms of this agreement, the governor had agreed that they can stay in the APC at the present time. So, in terms of the agreement, I think their position is secure for now. But there are outside forces who are not party to this agreement who will still contest that fact based on the constitutional provision. So I think that this is not over yet in a long shot. But like I said, what we need in the state is peace. And everybody has something they can do to contribute to giving us peace in the state so that Rivers people can at least begin to see the benefits of the dividends of democracy. Just 7 months after the last election, we don't need to begin to fight again 3 years before the next election. It just doesn't make sense to a lot of people.
All right, thank you so much, Senator Magnus Abe, the senator who, I wanted to say, the governorship candidate of the SDP in the last election. I wish I had more time. I wanted to ask you about the story we heard on the Mossop saying they are ready for oil exploitation in the land again, but unfortunately we don't have the time. But I'm saying here that if it's possible, we'll bring you back and we'll get your commitment to come and talk about that because that is your area and we'd like to know how that came about. But unfortunately,
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to Good Life TV NG to get more videos like this in the future.